Hello students, welcome back to my channel again. Today we are going to discuss about class 10's pair of linear equations in two variables chapters. Another some important questions related to finding the value of k with the condition unique solution, infinitely many solutions or no solution. So without wasting any time, let's start with today's video. In one of the previous video, I have actually done 4 important questions of 4 different types. So this is question number 5 and I have chosen this question for you. So this is also another type. So look at the question once. Find the values of a and b unknown constants for which the system of linear equations has an infinite number of solutions. Infinite number of solutions, again I'm just recalling your memory once. Infinite number of solutions means superimposed lines, coincident lines. So coincident lines, then overlapping lines, ultimately same line. And we all know the condition for infinite number of many solutions. Obviously, infinite number of many solutions is one of the category of consistency. Okay, so first start with this. These are the given equations. So we will be comparing these two given equations with standard form. Okay, so I'm writing everything here. Comparing given equations with standard forms. Okay, standard forms. Which standard forms I'm writing over here? So please have a look. Equals to 0. This is y, and this is a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0. Okay, so what we will be getting? We will get, just after comparison, we will get a1 equals to 2a minus 1, right? a1 equals to 2a minus 1. Then b1 equals to 3. b1 equals to 3. c1 is actually before equal. That means c1 will be minus 5. Okay, so c1 equals to minus 5. Now a2, in the same way, a2 is 3. Then b2 is b minus 1 and c2 is minus 2. So we can find out 3 ratios, right? Now, according to the question, the equations has an infinite number of solutions. So we will be writing it according to the question, as there are infinite number of solutions, then what's its condition? Its condition is a1 by a2 is equals to b1 by b2 equals to c1 by c2. Now from this we will just put the values of a1 b1 c1 a2 b2 c2 over here in this condition. So it's becoming 2a minus 1 divided by 3 equals to 3 divided by b minus 1 equals to minus 5 divided by minus 2. Now look, there are 3 numbers equal to each other. So this is a, only a is here. In this form only b is there, and this form neither b nor a, only constant. So our trick will be to take first and third and second and third. So case 1. Case 1 is first and third, that is 2a minus 1 divided by 3 equals to minus 5 by minus 2, that means 5 by 2. Cross multiplication we will get like this. Okay, so 4a equals to 17. So you can say it's 17 by 4. So we have got a's value. Similarly, from case 2, we will get this type of equation, and again cross multiplication. So we will be getting b's value as 11 by 5. Our question was to find the value of a and b, and we have got the value of a and b. So our answer line will be the values of a and b are 17 by 4 and 11 by 5 respectively. Okay, so this is the whole process of this type of question where two unknown constants are there, and you need to find out two unknown constants value with this type of condition given, infinite number of solutions. Then each and everything what should be written over there in your answer properly according to marking scheme. I have written everything here. And another thing, in the main answer paper, if you are drawing this type of arrows, then there will be no problem. Rather, the examiner will be happier. So we will go to the next question. Our next question is this one. Question number 6 I have given. Find the values of a and b. Look, you need to look at the whole question. After doing, you will understand that this question is not of same type like the previous one just we have done. This is maybe looking like means the previous one, but it's not. Find the values of a and b for which the system of linear equations has an infinite number of solutions. So these two are the equations given. Okay. So we will be again comparing to the standard forms. Now I am writing little bit in short way because I have already written in the first question what should be exactly written for your board questions answers. Okay, according to marking scheme. Now I am just doing in little bit in short part. Okay, shortcut method you can see. To the standard forms. So the standard forms already I wrote in the first one. That means a1 will be 2, a2 a plus b, b1 equals to minus 3, b2 equals to minus of a plus b minus 3, c1 equals to, please minutely look at the brackets I have used. For this minus, I have used double time first bracket. C1 equals to minus 7 taken in the left hand side, and C2 equals to again taken in the left hand side the whole part, that is minus of 4a plus b. Now according to the question, again infinite number of solutions. That means we know a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2 equals to c1 by c2. That means a1 by a2, that means 2 by a plus b equals to both minus. So we are not writing the minus, so only 3 by a plus b minus 3 equals to c1 by c2, again both minus, so 7 by 4a plus b only. 7 by 4a plus b. Minus minus will get cancelled. Here also minus minus will get cancelled. Now look at this. I hope now you will understand why I was telling that this particular question is not of the same type like previous one. In previous question we had one constant, proper constant term independent of a and b. Only one means one expression was of only a, another expression was of only b. Okay, but here it is not. In all three expression we can see a is there, b is there. So what to do? For these type of questions we need to perform three cases: 1 2, 2 3 and 1 3. So the cases can be taken like case 1, that is first and third, this one. Case 2, second and third, and case 3, first and second. So case 3 I am writing over here. Case 1 and 2's calculation already I have done. You just check it out once. From case 1 we have got a equals to 5b. From case 2 we have got 5a minus 4b equals to minus 21. And case 3 what I was telling that 1 and 2. That means 2 by a plus b equals to 3 by a plus b minus 3. I actually have cancelled this one because I wrote it wrong. So from this, again after doing the calculation, we will get like this: a plus b plus 6 equals to 0. Now we will be actually writing these three cases together. A equals to 5b, 5a minus 4b equals to minus 21. I'm giving this one as number 1, this one as number 2, and a plus b plus 6 equals to 0 as number 3. Now look at here. A equals to 5b, I'm just placing in this number 2 and number 3. Okay, so number 2, after substituting the value of a as 5b, we will be getting 5 into 5b minus 4b equals to minus 21. 5 5s are 25, 25b minus 4, that means actually 21b equals to minus 21. From this we are getting b equals to minus 1. So we have got one of the value, that is b equals to minus 1. Now we will put this b equals to minus 1 here. So from 1 we are getting a equals to 5 into minus 1 equals to minus 5. So look at this, only from 1 and 2 we have got a and b's values. So you will be thinking that why do you need a plus b plus 6 equals to 0, the third case? Yes, you need the third case also. It is equally very important just to verify a and b's values. How? We will put these two values of a and b here in the left hand side, and we will check whether they are coming 0 or not. So from 3 we will put the value of a and b. From 3 we are putting the value of a and b, that is minus 5, minus 1 plus 6 equals to minus 6 minus 6 equals, sorry, minus 6 plus 6 equals to 0 equals to right hand side. Look, this 0 right hand side. So it is coming equal, that means as all three, so we will write number 1, number 2, number 3 are satisfied with a equals to minus 5 and b equals to minus 1. Therefore the values of a and b are minus 5 and minus 1 respectively. Okay, so this will be the answer line, and after writing this your sum will be finished. I'm just repeating this sum again because this is very important sum. So first you need to compare to the standard forms to find out A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2's values. Then according to the question you just put in the condition, and then you get 3 cases, and from first 2 cases you need to solve A and B's values, and then in the third case you need to put the values so that right hand side will come and that will be satisfied. So for these two values of A and B, 1, 2, 3, these 3 equations are satisfied. That means finally we can say that the values of A and B are these 2 values. Okay, did you get it? Actually I have told you in the most possible easiest way. Okay, I hope that you all have understood. Coming to next question, this is again another type, no solution, having no solution. Okay, so comparison is same. So A1 K, A2 12, B1 3, B2 K, C1 minus 3, C2 minus 6. Therefore according to the question, no solutions. Condition is A1 by A2 equals to B1 by B2 but not equals to C1 by C2, not equal to the third ratio. From this we need to put the values of all. So it's K by 12 equals to 3 by K, not equals to minus 3 by minus 6. We can write only 3 by 6. Now look at this. We will be getting this equals to this, and we will be getting this not equals to this, and this not equals to this. So again 3 cases. There are 3 cases: first, second, second, third, first, third. Case 1, K by 12 equals to 3 by K, equal to, okay. Then case 2, when we are writing case 2 means second and third. So second and third, it is not equal sign. Please keep it in your mind. Don't write equal sign in a hurry. Okay. Again case 3. Case 3 same. Case 3, look, K by 12 not equals to 3 by 6. Okay. Because you are taking first and third, so it is not equal sign again. We need to solve this out. So we are getting from here K square equals to 36. That means K equals to plus minus 6. Take the plus minus sign always. K equals to plus minus 6. From this we are getting normal calculation, 3K not equals to 18. That means K not equals to 6. And from this 6K not equals to 36. That means K not equals to 6 again. So we will be looking at all 3 answers together. Not answers, all 3 results together. Look, one case we have got that K will be equal to either plus 6 or minus 6. Another 2 cases we have got that K never will be equal to 6. So what is left? K will be minus 6. Simple. So we will look at the equal sign, but at the same time we need to include the inequality parts also. So we will be writing the value of K is minus 6, and this is the answer. Okay, I have written another question, that's why this is literally looking very consistent. So the value of K will be minus 6, and this is the answer. Okay, very simple, but always you need to keep it in your mind that we need to collaborate all three cases. Okay, coming to next question and today's session's last question. But this question is really very important, because this question, particularly if somebody can understand, then many concepts can be clear in her head. Okay, so now look, find the value of k for which the system of equations this and this has a non-zero solutions. It is not no solution. Non-zero solution means x not equals to 0, y equals to 0, or x equals to 0, y not equals to 0, or both not equals to 0. Okay, so these three conditions can be valid, but non-zero means x equals to 0 and y equals to 0. This one together can't be happened for non-zero solution. Now, what these two type of equations says? One thing, just if I'm getting any free time or in any other video, I will be sharing with you what I'm going to say. Now just you understand, if you have the constant part 0, there is no constant part in any equation. So constant part 0, that means the lines will be gone through the origin always. If the constant is 0, then the line will be going through the origin. So second one also, first one and second one both. Now the problem is, if this type of figure comes, then what we will get? We are getting only one solution, and that is 0 solution, right? But we need to get non-zero solution. And suppose these two, obviously these two can't be parallel, because both the equations, both the lines are going through origin. So these two can't be parallel. So number one can't be intersecting at 0, 0, because we need to have non-zero solution. Number two can't be parallel because they have a common point 0, 0. Okay, as 0, 0 is common, because both are going through origin, that means 0, 0, this point always will be common for these two equations. Now what is left? That means number 3, they must be coincident. Why? Because if they are coincident, that means the figure will be like this. Suppose this is the line, another line will be superimposed here only on the same line, right? What does it mean? It means it has obviously 0, 0 as one of the solution, but there are infinite number of non-zero solutions, infinite number of non-zero solutions, and we need to get only a non-zero solution. So we have got many non-zero solutions for this case, so they must be coincident. Now for coincidence, what's the formula or condition? A1 by A2 equals to B1 by B2 equals to C1 by C2. Now C1 by C2 we don't have to take for the lines passing through origin, because this is 0 by 0 indeterminate form, can't be found. Okay, so A1 by A2 we are getting as 5 by 2, B1 by B2 that is minus 3 by K From this we are getting 5k equals to minus 6, and we can write k equals to minus 6 by 5. So we can say that the value of k will be minus 6 by 5, for which we will have a non-zero solution for these two lines passing through origin. Okay, so you just collect all the concepts together. I hope you will be understanding the concept. So this is all about today's session, students. I hope you all have understood and enjoyed the session, because if you can do the sums by your own, so that means that seriously you can enjoy it. Actually, you can enjoy doing mathematics. So we will be meeting in the next video with some other type of questions. Till then, bye bye and thank you.